Okay, so here is the reading for the Divine Feminine. What she's working on is rewriting her story. She is honoring all the stories that have come before, all of her own stories, and all of the stories of her ancestors that have been passed down, and honoring the lessons that came with them, but knowing that it's time to move on to her own stories. And what she is learning through this is how to use her new awareness of the way things work as far as manifestation and how the flow of energy descends down into the physical world through the universe, really. And she's learning through expanding that awareness. I feel like in this wave, she is just starting this process of starting to co-create with the divine, knowing that everything she wants, all the story that she will tell, starts in the higher dimensions and then descends down into the physical plane. So her awareness has to still expand in this realm, knowing how to operate in this body with a fifth dimensional experience and awareness. And she will learn that through rewriting her story so she doesn't feel stuck anywhere anymore, and knowing she has the freedom to do so. That so much work has been done and so many stories have ended, and so many of them have been honored for the gifts that they gave. But now it's time for her to move on and create her own. And this is new territory, so the need to expand and grow is there to be able to navigate and also explore. And she feels freedom to do this because she's learned that time is not linear, that what has happened in the so-called past and even in the present doesn't necessarily set you up completely for only a certain future. It does affect the future, but time is not linear. So time is a spiral, time is a pattern, and we have many opportunities as we go around that spiral to create something new. And that's sort of where this, telling a new story comes around many times. You're not, just because you've been telling a story for so long, it's, your story can change and it can become totally different. And so not being attached to time in a way that she feels freedom, that time doesn't hold her any place, that time is moving in a way that is a spiral of production, and she's starting to let go of the fact that she's collected so many things along the way in her journey of time, in her lifetime, and understanding and starting to understand that we don't have to carry all of that with us to the new story. So all the things and experiences we've collected, and the people and places and even the non-physical things, even the experiences and the beliefs and patterns are not so concrete in her life and her story, because time is not linear. Time is a spiral, and she has new opportunities all the time to recreate the now, really. So her collection can also change, and she's beginning to feel that that's possible through the freedom of not being stuck in a past, present, future scenario where she feels trapped by her past. And so through that, she's learning how to interact with the world and the way that things come to her through the universe, through co-creating with spirit. And she's learning how, just like when you smudge with a feather, okay, this is about, maybe even about birds and how they use the drafts and the heat of the updraft to move themselves through the sky to their destination. She's learning how to maneuver her feathers, let's say, and do it in a way that sets her up to engage with her world. And so as she's making this new story and expanding her awareness, she is using her feather to manipulate the air around her, her environment, and she's clearing her collections that have kept her stuck in the loop of time, in the trap of past. My past is always there and it's gonna haunt me forever. She's loosening herself from that, and she's engaging with spirit, and she's honoring spirit by cleansing her area and creating a space where she can co-create, where she can, finally create the landscape that she's always wished to see, because she knows now that she has the freedom. So the feminines are kind of spreading her wings and seeing and expanding, kind of not moving on, but kind of, not in a negative sense, but she's, we've done a lot. It's been a long road. We finally feel in connection again with our whole selves, and we're sensing how vast this whole thing is. I mean, it feels almost like the world just opened up and the universe just opened up. So there's a lot of expansion here for the feminines, and it's time for her to really sort of work with her surroundings and know that she is the creatrix of what she sees. So now I'm going to pull cards for the energy of this reading to see how the feminine is going to work with us. So Spirit, please give us some cards for the energy for the Divine Feminine's reading and how she's going to move with this energy this week. Okay. Holy smokes, that's a lot. Well, we'll look at it. Oh yes, we got the Freedom card. Okay, so the energy of this is she's nearing the end of this purging cycle. Finally, yay! And new life is beginning to come of it, because we got here the mushroom. We got the mushroom, circle of life, the diamond, and freedom. The mushroom is the thing that grows on dead things, okay? So when the tree falls and dies, the mushrooms begin to change that death into soil where new things can grow. So the feminine, we've really reached the end of a cycle of death and purging. It's time to create something new. So hence the new stories. And then we have the circle of life, which, we're realizing through that concept that, death precedes birth. And it's all just a transformation. Nothing's really lost. And that also, I feel like, goes with the time part of this, where it's all a cycle. It's all a cycle. It's all just a transformation. It's all just change. That's all that time really is. The change. And then we have the diamond here. Divine Feminine's realizing that she is not her past. That she is the diamond from which the carbon and the dead things have been compressed over some time. It feels like eons. She's realizing that her past doesn't make her just the black carbon that is the dead stuff. It has shaped her into a diamond, and that she isn't defined by her past, and she's not defined by time. She is the cycle. And so that is giving her freedom, and that's the last card that we have. So the feminines are going to realize this energetic of the cycle and the movement that's possible through the feeling that she has, this new feeling of herself and her awareness and belief of herself, that she is a diamond, that she's been shaped through this whole process and has come out better than ever. And so we are beautiful. So we're going to do this and really start to co-create with spirit and create a beautiful life for ourselves, and just really enjoy this newfound freedom that we have here, because we feel very whole from this merge with our masculine side. All right, well, I hope you have a great week.